Okay, hi everyone. You are going to need, if you have two blocks or some books or something, just we're going to do some balancing and just some positions that might need a block, but nothing a blanket or a pillow can't do. I'm going to start in hero's pose. So if you know hero's pose is not the pose for you, then start in just crisscross applesauce. But if you'd like to start in hero's pose, we're gonna just sit back in between our knees, and I'm sitting on a block, or you can sit on a pillow, and that just helps my knees. Some people can sit all the way down their sit bones, and when I'm really warmed up, I can. But right now, I'm gonna sit up on a block. So you can put closing your eyes, invite you, or maybe just look to the edge of your nose. Taking a deep breath in. And a big sigh out. Big inhale. And exhale. Return to your normal breath. Today I'd like to set an intention of just focusing on what happens to ourselves mentally and physically when we are challenged, when we're faced with some sort of fear or challenge. What does our body do? How do we react mentally and physically? Just make a note of it. Maybe just being able to be aware of it is sometimes half the battle of overcoming certain things. So, and if you have another intention that you'd like to set for yourself, that's totally fine. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders away from your ears. So go ahead and sit up on your knees. We're going to start with the kneeling position. You can remove your block if you have one. Put that over. We're going to have our knees about hip distance apart. And shoulders away from your ears again. Nice and sitting up nice and tall, nice and lean. We're going to stick our right foot out. So I'm going to go, I'm going to stick my left, so I'll try to stay right. So stick your right foot out. And we're going to skim your right hand down your right leg and then lift your other arm over your ear. Just getting a nice side stretch. Really turning on your leg muscle. So really activate that leg muscle. Chest stays nice and open. Maybe you're gazing up to the ceiling. On your inhales, just really lengthen out. On your exhales, get slightly deeper. Now inhale back to center, and then leaning over to the other side. Now you can put your hand on the ground, or if you want to bring the ground a little bit closer to you, feel free. We're going to place our hand down and lift our right arm over our head, nice and long, getting a side stretch on the other side. Now bring your hand up. We're going to place our hand underneath our head. Just kind of let it lay on top of our head, and maybe opening your chest up a little bit more, twisting up to the ceiling, maybe looking up to the ceiling, getting a nice stretch and twist at the same time. Come back to center. Or sorry, just come back to lengthening out your arm. We're going to lift our right leg up. We're just going to bring our elbow to our knee, squeezing into the side, reaching out, squeezing in, reaching out, squeezing in. One more time, really reaching that body nice and long, and then coming into the center. Nice. Put your foot down, come back to center, lift your arms up. Exhale, place your hands behind your back, opening your chest up to the ceiling. Good. Place your leg back into center. We're going to do the other side. So lengthening out your left side, your left arm goes down your thigh, and your right arm reaches over your head. Again, getting a nice stretch. Maybe looking up to the ceiling. Okay, come back to center, and then coming over to the other side. So again, placing your hand on the mat or a block, leaning over, keeping your chest nice and open, getting a nice lengthening here. And we're going to go ahead and bring your left hand under our head, shoulders down and away from our ears. We're going to have a nice little twist, looking up to the ceiling. Come back to reaching over your head. Finding your balance here, let's lift our left leg up and bring our elbow to meet the knee. And stretching nice and long, elbow to knee. Stretching nice and long. Good. One more time. Stretching. Good. Come back to center. Arms both reach up to the sky. Maybe look to the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back. Opening up our chest. Good. You can bring your knees back to center. Just shake out your wrists. We're going to do a little wrist exercises here. So grab your right or your left hand with your right fingers, right? Kind of grasp right around the middle, and try to like pop off your wrists, kind of like popping off the cork of champagne. And once you get that kind of popped off, you can give yourself a nice little massage right in that little spot. We're going to be working our wrists a lot today. And then let's just go ahead and give a little twist around, waking that up. Shake your hands out. Let's do the other side. So again, just kind of pop your right hand off, giving a little bit of massage. And then you can rotate your wrists, shake them out. Let's go to tabletop. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, fingers are nice and spread out on the mat. You're going to inhale, your chest drops, your hips raise up to cow. Exhale, chin to chest, really arching your back. Inhale, back to cow. And exhale to cat. One more time, really inhale. Maybe your chin goes up slightly. And exhale, maybe your gaze looks towards your belly. And come back to a nice neutral spine, crown reaching to the front of the room, engaging everything. Tuck your toes, lift your knees maybe an inch or two off the ground, not any higher than that. Really engaging your core. We're going to start working our Ujjayi breath here. So breathing in and out of your nose. Slight restriction on the back of your throat. Making a little oceanic sound. It's not permanent, so just breathing through it. Now lift your hips up to the ceiling into downward facing dog. Heels are reaching towards the ground. Our first downward dog of the practice, so let's pedal out our feet. Shaking our head yes and no. Really settling into your downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands, and exhale, take a couple steps up to right behind your wrists. Keep your knees very bent. Feet are about hip distance apart. You can just lower down into ragdoll, really bending your knees, letting gravity take over your upper body. You always just swing side to side, grabbing opposite elbows. Let go of your hands, rise up nice and slow. Head is last to rise. Inhale your arms all the way up to the ceiling. And exhale, hands and heart center. Heel toe your feet together, so big toes touch, heels apart. Really grounding down, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees slightly since we're still warming up. Really pressing down into your feet. Inhale, flat back. So really taking that arch out of your back, reaching the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise strong, maybe looking up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Now place your hands on the mat and step back into your plank. You can always put your knees down if needed, but regardless, we're really going to turn on our core here. So pushing away the ground, fingertips are really digging into the mat. Using your Ujjayi breath. Again, it's not permanent. Fingers are nicely spread on the mat. Rock forward slightly so your shoulders are over your fingertips. And with your elbows into your rib, slowly lowering down. Maybe your chest and your tummy come at the same time. Untuck your toes. We're going to lift our chest up just a little bit into baby cobra, waking up our spine. Keep your elbows into your back. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, let's go back to cobra, maybe getting a little bit taller. And exhale down. One more time. Inhale to cobra. Really making sure that pelvic floor is pushing off the ground. And then let's lift our hands up slightly, just an inch or two off the ground, just to make sure that we're using our pelvic floor and not our hands to lift us up. Your neck should be neutral to the spine. Exhale all the way down. Push up back to plank or tabletop, and then come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your hands. Exhale all the air out, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up nice and strong. And hands to heart center. Let's move on a little bit here. So inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Now place your hands on the mat. We're going to bring our left knee into our chest. We're going to slowly bring it back to the ground. Now we're in runner's lunge. So really opening up your chest here, squeezing in your hips. Now once you find your base, turning on your core, we're going to use our legs to raise us up in a crescent lunge. So the back, your heel is off the ground in the back. Really pushing away with that ball of your foot. And look towards your right toes, making sure you can see your big toes over your knee. If not, you just need to shift that knee towards the pinky side of your foot. Shoulders away from your ears. On your exhale, let's get a little bit deeper. Good. So inhale here. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Right arm reaching to the front of the room. Left arm reaching to the back. Again, making sure that knee is tracking that pinky side of the toe. Maybe your knee is reaching towards the heel of your foot. Pull back slightly on that left arm so your shoulders are above your hips. Really engaging your arms. Now inhale, straighten your front leg and move your toes so they're facing the left side of the room. So all your toes should be pointing out, your heels facing in, coming into a goddess squat. So coming in as low as you can, making sure your knees are tracking your toes, save your knees. We're going to bring our arms down as we kind of lower down and inhale, arms up, lowering down here. Exhale up. And come nice and low as you can, really squeezing everything together, coming down. Now we're going to go to the left leg. We're going to do a side lunge here. So lowering down. Now your side lunge might look like this, or it might look like this, or you can go maybe all the way down with your right toe pointing to the ceiling. Wherever you are, that's where you should be. Maybe to challenge yourself just a little bit. You can also put your blocks in front of you if you need something. Now, if you're down here and you want to try a little bit more, let's bring one hand to your heart and then your other hand up in prayer position, finding your balance, breathing here. Now we're going to move to the right side of the mat. So we're going to inhale and move to the right. You can put your hands down if you want and walk towards, or you can try to move on your own, maybe staying in your prayer position. And we're going to move back to the left, so however you want to get there. Now face your back side of the mat, hands over your left foot. Let's step back into plank, lowering all the way down. Untuck your toes. Inhale to cobra. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale all the air out. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rising up. And hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands over your right foot into your chest. Coming back into runner's lunge with your left foot in front. Chest is open. Hips are squeezing into each other. Find your base. We're going to rise up to crescent lunge. We're settling in here. If there's any pressure in your lower back, just bend that back knee slightly. And if your arms are getting tired, you can always put them in cactus or prayer position. And again, just get a little bit deeper each exhale. And inhale, exhale, open up, warrior two. Really try to magnetize your heels together so your inner thighs are turning on. Shoulders away from your ears. If you're gripping the mat with your toes, gently lift up your toes and place them back on the mat. Just letting that energy out of your toes. Now, inhale, straighten your left leg, turning back towards the left side of the room. We're going to do some more goddess squats here. Now, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can lift your heels up, challenging your balance and your strength. You can do 3 of these. Okay, we're going to come down to our right side. So coming into our lunge here again, you can go as low as you want. Maybe trying to do a little balancing here. Nice job. We're going to go to the left side. So try to move however you can, using your hands if needed. One breath here, and then come back to the front of the mat. Turn around, come into runner's lunge, heel turns up. Step back to plank, lower halfway this time if you want, or all the way. Coming into upper facing dog if you want chaturanga arms. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift to your hands. Exhale all the air out. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rising up. And hands are at center. We're going to go ahead and speed that up. So one breath, one movement. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant your hands on the mat. Left knee into your chest, reaching back to runner's lunge. And then inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your leg, coming to goddess squat. So we're going to do 3 of these. Heels can be up or down. Squatting on our left legs and coming into runner's lunge. And then coming back to the right leg. And then moving to the left leg, squeezing your inner thighs together. Come to the lunge, back is your mat. Step back to plank. Lowering halfway or all the way. Upward facing dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Inhale, lift to your hands. Exhale all the air out. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Rising up. And hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands. Now right leg goes into your chest. Coming back to runner's lunge. Chest opens here. Rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, goddess squats. Facing the left side of the room. 3 of them nice and controlled. Okay, coming to squat on your right leg, side lunge. And then coming back over to your left leg. One more time, over to your right leg. Hands on the mat, heel comes up, step back to plank, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. You want to skip the chaturanga dandasana and upward facing dog or cobra. Just meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your hands, exhale all the air out, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Rise up. And hands to heart center. Nice. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Place your hands on the mat. Left knee comes into the chest. Reaching back, crescent lunge. Finding your ground here. Chest open. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your legs. Coming into goddess squat here. So 3 of these. Nice and controlled. Nice work. Good, we're side lunging to the left leg here. Again, if you're right here, that's awesome. Coming back to the right leg. Coming back to the left leg. Facing the back mat. Come into plank. Lowering halfway or all the way. Back bend of your choice. And downward facing dog. Inhale, lift to your hands. Exhale all the air out. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Rise up. And hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Place your hands on the mat. Right knee in the chest, reaching back. Runner's lunge. Rise up to crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Coming in the goddess squat, heels up or mat. Last time through by squeezing your inner thighs together. Okay, now come down to your right leg here. Nice and controlled. Maybe your foot comes up. And then to the left. And then to the right. Last time. With your hands on the mat, step back into plank. We'll meet up in downward facing dog. Nice work. Let's pedal our feet here. Shake your head yes or no. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale all the air out. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's rise up. Maybe do a little back bend here. And hands to heart center. Let's get a little grounded here. So you can put your heels, your toes together, heels slightly apart. Shoulders away from your ears. Crown reaching to the ceiling. Catching your breath. Rounding your feet. Engaging your quads. Okay, now inhale, let's do a little squat here. Coming into chair, so maybe graze your fingertips on the ground, raising your arms up into chair. So tailbone is reaching to the ground, arms are reaching to the ceiling, coming as low as you can. Maybe wiggle your toes a little bit, making sure you can see your toes over your knees. Just to make sure you're really in your heels. Inner thighs are squeezing towards each other so they're nice and parallel. Get a little bit lower in your exhale, it's not permanent. Using your Ujjayi breath. 2 more breaths here. Good. Now open your arms to the open arm twist to the right side. So your right arm is reaching back. Your left arm is reaching forward. Making sure your knees are not jutting forward. Making sure they're parallel with each other. So kind of play around with your hips. Really reach in opposite directions with your hands, maybe looking over your right shoulder. We come back to center, to normal chair, and then we're going to bend over into a bear pose. So your upper body is parallel to the ground, and if you have your blocks, you can put them here, and you may need them. We'll go into some balancing poses soon. So lean everything on your right foot, and your left foot into your chest. From here, we're going to try to get into half moon pose. So reaching your left foot back, turn your heel, or your toe to the left side of the room. Maybe your right hand is on a block or not. And then your left hand is reaching to the sky. Your right leg has a slight micro bend in it, so it's not hyperextending. You need your blocks, that's great. Maybe you can look up to the ceiling. Just challenge yourself here. What is your body telling you or your mind that you can or cannot do? Now slowly come into warrior 3 from here. So turn your hips so they're parallel to the ground. And if you fall, that's totally fine. Now your toe is facing the ground, your heel's facing the ceiling. Your upper body is again parallel to the ground. Squeezing everything into the middle. Place your hands on the mat, coming in a standing split. So really reach your left leg up into the sky as high as you can, or you want to. And you can try to balance here. You can try to maybe grab your ankle with one hand, maybe with the other hand. Nice little balance. Place your hands on the mat. We're going to bring our knees together. So just squeeze everything into the midline, squeezing in, and then extending your left leg up. And then bring everything in, squeeze everything in, and then extend it. One more time, squeeze everything in, extend it up. Now we're going to come slowly into a crescent lunge. So just let your body float in the crescent lunge if you can. Making sure that knee's where it should be. And exhale, open up to warrior 2. Flip your wrists, and on your inhale, reaching back to reverse warrior. Make sure that you're not losing that lunge in your front leg. Your left hand can be on your hip or your thigh. Maybe you're looking up to the ceiling. Maybe your chest is opening to the ceiling. If you want to, maybe your left hand is reaching to the front of the room into exalted warrior. From wherever you are, that's fine. If you just want to stay in reverse warrior, just making sure you're not losing that lunge. Inhale, stretch a little bit further. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Step back, lowering halfway or all the way. Upward facing dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up so your heel's reaching to the ceiling. Exhale your right knee to your right elbow. Squeeze it in. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, cross your body so it's trying to reach to that left elbow. Squeeze it up. And exhale, bring everything into the middle, trying to bring your heel down first, then your toe into runner's lunge, so really opening up your chest. Now bend that back foot. We're going to jump up to a forward fold from there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise straight into your chair, so getting, again, really deep. Going to do the left side now. So, tailbone and arms are reaching in opposite directions. Core is engaged. Inhale, open your arms to the left. So this time your left hand is reaching to the back Your right arm is reaching to the front. Kind of like extending in opposite directions, maybe looking over your left shoulder. Good. Come into bear pose. So your upper body is parallel to the ground. Your tailbone is reaching to the back of the room. Your arms are reaching to the front. Lean everything to your left foot, coming into half moon on this side. So really reaching your right foot out, maybe holding onto your blocks. Maybe not, whatever you need in order to challenge yourself, staying in the moment. Your toes are pointing to the right side of the room. And then your right arm's reaching to the ceiling. Your left hand's either on a block or floating. Your left leg is nice and strong. Chest is open. Maybe you're trying to look up to the ceiling. Just challenge yourself a little bit here. Good. Falling down is good. Just get back right up. Oopsie. Now we're going to turn our hips so they're parallel to the ground, coming into warrior three. Your right toe is facing the ground, your heels up. Your crown of your head is reaching to the front of the room. Place your hands on the mat, reach your leg up in the standing split. Really reaching that right leg as high as you can go. So bring your knees together, really squeeze everything in, inhale. Exhale, standing splits, reaching that right foot up. Coming back down, squeezing, and then reaching up. One more time, inhale everything together. Exhale it all up. And then floating back to crescent lunge. The back heel stays up. Arms rise. Finding your crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Flip your front wrist and reaching back so your left arm's over your left ear. And again, making sure that left leg isn't losing the lunge. Squeezing your heels towards each other. Maybe looking up to the ceiling. Maybe your chest is open. And maybe you're reaching with your right arm to the front of the room. Inhale, reach a little bit further back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Step back to plank. Lowering halfway or all the way. Back bend of your choice. And downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg all the way up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, cross your body, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, everything up. Knee to nose, squeeze everything in. Place your left foot in between your hands. Runner's lunge, so opening your chest up to the front of the room. Bend your right leg and bring it up to meet the left. Then a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming back in a chair. Now we're going to speed it up. One breath, one movement. Exhale, get a little lower in your chair. Inhale, open arm twist. Exhale, come into bear pose. Everything on your right foot, half moon on this leg. Reaching up as best as you can, wherever your half moon is. Challenge yourself. Okay, come into warrior three now. Hips parallel to the ground. One breath here. One breath out. Standing split, so lifting your left leg up. Bring your knees together. Extend your leg up. Bring your knees together. Stand up. One more time. Squeeze everything in the middle. And then extend up. Coming back nice and solid. Take your crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse, one breath here. So maybe you can exalt your warrior. One breath out. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel your hands down, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step your right leg all the way through, runner's lunge, chest open, and bring your left foot up to meet the right forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up to chair, one breath here. Inhale, exhale, get a little bit deeper. Inhale, open our twist to the left. Exhale, bear pose. Everything comes into your left foot as you open up to half moon on the left side. One breath here. One breath out. Come into warrior three, toes facing down the mat. Squeeze your hips together. Standing split, so right leg goes up. Good, bring your knees together, squeeze in the midline, extend up. Squeeze everything to the midline. Extend up one more time, squeeze everything to the midline and squeeze up. Floating back to crescent lunge. Open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse, maybe exalt your warrior. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel your hands down. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left leg all the way forward. Runner's lunge, chest open, step up to forward fold. Halfway lift. Again, forward fold. Come to chair, really reaching your arms up, get a little lower. Open arm twist to the right, squeezing opposite way. Come into bear pose, getting nice and parallel. Everything into the right foot. Let's come into half moon here. So we try to make your expression as much as you can. Challenge yourself. Now let's try to get into warrior three. Hips parallel to the ground. Squeeze those glutes up. Standing split, so left leg rises. And then bring your knees together, so you're squeezing everything in. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, squeeze. Bring your leg up one more time. Coming down to crescent lunge. Finding your crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. One breath here. One breath out. Cartwheel your hands down. Step back to plank. Lowering halfway or all the way. Upward facing dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, bring your leg all the way through. Open your chest and step up to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale to chair. Last time through on the left side. Really getting nice and deep here. Inhale, open arm twist to the left. Coming into bear pose. Get parallel to the ground. Everything into your left foot. Half moon. Maybe use your blocks. That's totally fine. Warrior three. Squeeze your hips together. Standing split, right leg comes up. We're doing three of these little squeezing in and kicking out. We're getting nice and controlled, squeezing everything into the midline. And last one, extend your leg. Bring everything down into crescent lunge. Really inhale, arms up. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse, holding your breath here. Not holding your breath. Holding here for one breath. Reaching, cartwheel your hands down, and come back to plank. Now, we're in plank. So staying here, you can always bring your knees down if you want. We're getting really solid in your plank. Don't lower too far down. Don't have your hips up. Coming nice and strong. Tummy's engaged. Legs are engaged. Fingers, tips are gripping the mat. Using your Ujjayi breath. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little twist with our hips. So we're going to take our heels down to the right, coming as low as you can to the mat, but don't go all the way down. And then come back to center, and then lower your hips down to the left, and come back to center. Now you can go at your own pace for these, whatever pace you want to do. Your practice. Some people like to go faster. I like to go slower just to, I feel like I have a little more control of which muscles I'm using. Really feeling it in my core. If you're on your knees, you can always tap your opposite shoulder here. Just making sure you're really training on your core as you do so. Okay, now keeping it here. We have a little bit longer here. You can do it using your breath. If you stop breathing, you're only harming yourself. If you're fearful of when it's going to end, I'll let you know. Okay, let's come back to center. Now lean everything on your right side. We're going to come in a side plank here. So your left foot can be on top of your right foot. Left arm extending up, hips reaching to the sky. Inhale large. Exhale, thread the needle. So bring your left arm all the way through under your armpit. Inhale up. Exhale, bring it all the way through. You can do this with one knee down if you need. And nice and controlled. We'll use your stomach muscles to guide you. Hips are reaching to the ceiling. Let's do this one more time. We're extending your arm underneath, reaching up. Bring your hands down the plank. Holding here. If you need to put your knees down, you can. Using your breath. Okay, let's move over to the left side. So heels onto the left, right foot on top of the left, or you can bring it in front if you want to do it that way, or your left leg down. Squeeze your hips up, squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale, chest open. Exhale, thread the needle. And inhale, extend. Exhale, thread. Inhale, extend. Exhale, thread. Okay, 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. And one last time. Really reach up, threading the needle. Good. Come back to plank, holding here. You can do this. This is what it feels like to get stronger. So really focus your attention on your breath and getting through this. We're going to do some more of those hip dips. So dipping to the right and center, coming to the left and center. We're almost done, you guys. I know you can do this. Use your breath. Again, if you're on your knees, just tapping your shoulders. You can do this. If you need to hold just normal plank, you can. We're going to do about 10 more seconds of this. So really come back to center. Come back to plank. Good. Use your breath. 5 more seconds, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down, wide, big toes touch. Forehead on the ground, coming into child's pose. You guys did awesome. Catching your breath here. Maybe making a big sigh out when you exhale. If you're ready to move on, then come with me. If you want to hang out in child's pose, totally fine. If you want to move on, then just join me in downward facing dog. Again, you just pedal out our feet. Shake your head yes, no. So this next pose we're going to do is going to be slightly challenging for people, but there's lots of variations. You can go as far as you can go, or you can stop wherever you need to stop. So don't be scared. Just acknowledge when your body, how you're mentally and physically dealing with it. Inhale your right leg up, and exhale. Place your right foot by your right pinky, and then bring your left foot by your left pinky. I'm going to turn to face the camera, and I'll try to do it with the correct arm language, but we'll see. So this is Malasana, so we might be here for a minute. If this is too hard on your legs, your knees, and you can place a block on the middle or the high side, or you can just hang here and squat. So whatever is good in your body. Regardless though, let's make sure that our knees are always tracking where our toes are pointed. And you can almost use your elbows to really extend those knees back a bit. Shoulders down and away from your ears in prayer position. If you need a little bit more, you can place your right hand on the ground, reaching your left arm up to the sky. This is a great stretch. Just make sure that your left leg isn't dipping down, making sure it's staying in that nice spread eagle pose. If you want a little bit more, you can reach your left arm behind your back, and then maybe your right arm goes around here. Feels good. Now really opening up your chest, turning your gaze up. And if that's enough for you, then that's awesome. So stay here, perfectly fine. If you do want to challenge yourself a little bit more, then you're going to walk the leg that you have around your arms in towards your other foot. So kind of awkward, but however it works. I like to start out in a kind of a bear pose situation with my toe pointed. Maybe your hands are gripping each other. We're just kind of slowly lifting up. Wherever you are, stay, or if you want to, rising up. I like to flex my foot. I don't know, feels like it gives me a little more power. Chest is nice and open. Breathing here, leg is nice and strong. Wherever you are, you're gaining strength in order to do this, so don't feel like you're not doing anything. Okay, now we have to get down. But the thing is, go nice and slow. Don't just fall down. If you fall, it's fine, but try to do it nice and steady. All the way down, slow, 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 and down. Whew. Nice, let's come back to Malasana. Give yourself a figure 8 stretch. So plant your hands on the ground, and we'll step back to downward facing dog, or you can hop back. Maybe shake out your leg. Good. Left leg rises up. And then exhale, bring it to your left pinky. Yes, we're coming to the other side. Like I said, if Malasana is not working for you, you can always use a block. This is a great hip opener stretch. It feels so good for those runners and bikers and hikers out there. So let's place your left hand down if you want a little bit more. And your right arm up to the sky. And then maybe your right arm comes behind your body. And then maybe your left arm comes around. And that's great. Just being here is a nice stretch, nice twist. You can look at the ground if your neck is hurting you at all. And if you want a little bit more, then again, kind of bringing that foot in closer to what will be your standing foot. Finding your bear pose here slightly. With your toe on the ground, kind of pointing your toe at first. Some people like to point their toe. For some reason, my foot wants to flex when I do this. I don't. Good, coming all the way up, really standing nice and tall. Tummy in, shoulders back. Couple breaths here, squeezing in your legs to the side. Oh, I'm gonna fall. Oh, okay, well, don't do that. But try to go all the way down nice and slow. Nice work, you guys. And come back to your Malasana. Plant your hands on the ground and step back to downward facing dog. Shake out your legs a little bit. Now from downward facing dog, look to your hands. We're going to try to jump all the way through. I have yet to learn that, but sometimes if you put your blocks on your hands, it makes it a little easier. So inhale, look to your hands. Exhale all the air out. Step and try to hop on your bum. However you get there, it's fine. Catch the back of your thighs. Shoulders away from your ears. Tummy's going to be engaged. So let's lift our feet up to Navasana, boat pose. Legs are parallel to the ground. Now you can do this stomach crunch this way, just coming in and out. If you want a little bit more, then we're going to cross the right foot over our left, and our hands are going to be extended. So when you inhale, you're going to squeeze all the way up. On the exhale, you squeeze nice and long. Inhale, you're gonna squeeze, okay? So let's get prepared and let's go. So get long and squeeze in. You can go as fast or as slow as you want, squeezing in, using your breath. Nice work. Your knees go nice and wide, trying to get your chest into the middle. Good, coming down. Let's take a little breather here. Extend your arms. Big breath in. Coming back up, right knee ankle still over your left ankle. And go. Nice. You can make it quicker. Just make sure you're breathing. Your knees go wide, chest goes in the middle. Good, nice and long. Come down for a breather. Switch ankles, so now your left is on top of your right. Come back up, getting prepared, and go. You can do this, you guys. Really squeeze those inner thighs together. Squeeze your tummy. Oh, good. Just big stretch with your arms. One more time on this side. Coming back up, preparing yourself, and go. Nice work, you guys. Keep on going. You can do this. We're almost there. 3 more seconds. Good. Bring your legs down flat on the ground. Keep your shoulder blades off the ground. We're just going to squeezing up. You can bring your hands behind your head and just squeeze your shoulders off the ground. Your legs are nice and long and active. So you're really engaging this lower part of your abs. And allow your elbows to reach the ceiling as opposed to your feet. Good, extend your arms out, big inhale. Big exhale, come back in. So shoulders off the ground, head on your hands, and go. Try not to pull your neck up, just let your head really rest on your fingers, using your tummy to lift you up. Using your breath. Good, stretching your arms out. 2 more times on this with the stretch exercise. Come back in. Good, getting ready and go. You can do this, you guys. You're doing awesome. Breathe stronger in that core. Good. Take a break here. Big inhale. Come back. This is the last time you can do this, you guys. You've got this. Good. Be nice and strong and go. Legs are active. And come all the way down. Big stretch. You guys are great. Take a big inhale. Really stretch those arms and legs in opposite directions. And come back. Knees on the mat. Let's get your feet wide on the mat. Knees together. Bring your knees into your chest and your hands on your thighs. And chin into chest. We're going to roll forward and back. Nice little massage on the spine. Place your hands so they're facing your feet on the mat. And your heels are going to be hip distance apart. knees hip distance apart. We're going to inhale, we're going to do reverse tabletop. So inhale, your body up, so it's kind of, your hips are level with your knees and your shoulders away from your ears. And your head can be neutral or maybe even drop down. Squeeze your thighs together so they're equidistant apart, not flailing out. Now when you bring it down, we're going to try to bring our bum all the way through our hands, maybe straightening our legs, and then coming back up, reverse tabletop. And exhale, try to bring it all the way through, and up. And bring it down. Put your legs out long, give them a little shake. Grab the backs of your thighs and roll slowly all the way down. Bring your knees into your chest, giving yourself a little massage as your knees going one way and your knees going the other way. Bring your arms out to a T and then gently place your knees over to the right. They're stacked one on top of the other, allowing both shoulders to melt into the ground, and maybe your head looks over your left shoulder. Bring your knees into your chest, and your knees over to the left-hand side, allowing again your shoulders to melt. Maybe looking over your right shoulder. Come back to center. Let's put your feet up. You can grab the bottom of your feet or your shin or your thighs, whatever is accessible to you. And bring your knees down into happy baby. Line your hips and your shoulders against your melt onto the mat. Maybe rocking side to side. Feels good. Bring your knees into your chest one more time. Your face into your knees. Squeeze everything together. And extend your legs nice and long on the mat. Feet flop to the side. Hands can go at your side. Maybe your eyes are closed. Making your Shavasana, whatever you need. Maybe put a pillow or a bolster under your knees. Maybe something over your eyes. Just focusing on your breath. Deep breath in. And sigh out. Moving your fingers and your toes. Bring awareness to your feet and your ankles, and your wrists and your fingers. Extend your arms overhead, bring your legs together, big stretch. And bring your knees over to the side that's most comforting to you. Maybe placing your head in your hands. taking a moment just to thank your body. Using your hands, push yourself up nice and gentle. That's a seated pose. Maybe your eyes are still closed. Feeling your sits bones on the ground, your nice long spine. Maybe your head is bowed slightly. Let's bring our hands to prayer position. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. The light in me bows down to the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much.